Alright, welcome to another episode of Inside the Mind of. O syempre na naman, nandito na naman tayo. Ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon is more on, we want to learn more about training. We want to learn more about leadership. We want to learn more about the environment. Yung ginagalawan natin sa industriyang to, di ba? Kasi ako, for example, nandito ako sa industriyang to eh. Pero we all want to learn more what's happening, what are the mindsets, what's going on, di ba? And we want to understand deeper. And syempre, this is Inside the Mind of Echo Castro. Hi, Echo. Kamusta?
Hi, Ken.
Kamusta? Apir.
Yeah.
Ayan. Kamusta?
I'm good. I just came from a client papunta rito eh.
Okay. So, buti naman. Hindi ka naman nawala. Okay
Hindi
naman.
naman.
Okay, good. Pero sige, let's go direct to the point na. Kasi, alam ko dito, Echo, we were talking kanina before we started recording and we were talking a lot about the industry,
Yeah.
no? Leadership. Yan yung gusto natin i-center ngayon. Pero, before we go there, could you tell us more about, teka lang, set na muna natin yung frame. Yan, okay. Face down muna natin siya. Could you tell us more about what you've been doing for the past, 5 years?
For the past 5 years, I've been focusing on HR consulting and organizational development consulting as well. No? So, yung 5 years kasi na yan, pandemic eh. So, yan yung phase ng business namin na nag-transition kami. Prior to pandemic, 70% of our business is training. 30% is HR consulting and outsourcing. Nung nag-pandemic, ang daming nawalang training, pero ang dami ring HR na nawala, so in-outsource sa amin yung HR. So ever since then, nag-transition kami to HR outsourcing and consulting, and now 30% of our business is training. And I've been working with different business owners in optimizing their systems, working with their people, making sure na ma-meet nila yung goals nila.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ang laking business ng training.
Yes.
Kasi there's always the need for a company to learn and upskill. Tama ba?
Yes.
Pero this leads me to my next question. Kasi I'm always very curious about this topic. Org dev.
Yeah.
And siguro maliit lang yung knowledge ko with it. Could you enlighten me and siguro yung mga friends natin na nakikinig, ano ba yung org dev?
Siguro, Ken, to start with, majority of the clients that goes to us or prospects that contacts us, nagre-request ng training.
Okay.
Pero kasi kami, we're not a training company. Though our brand is Training PH,
Okay.
we are really an organizational development company.
Okay.
Dahil hindi kilala sa organizational development sa Pilipinas,
Oh, yun nga.
training na lang.
Okay, training na lang.
Para-
Rebrand or renamed it to that. Okay.
So, yung mga naghanap ng training, what we do is organizational development analysis and consulting yung ginagawa namin before we hop into training. And those who called us, 70% of them, hindi nagtutuloy sa amin. Okay, bakit? Kasi they realize after the call, hindi pala training ang kailangan nila. Okay, so that's OD. No? Anong ginagawa namin? Sasabihin niya, may problema ako sa tao ko. Hindi nagpe-perform na maayos, hindi nalilid na maayos yung team niya. Tapos, we ask questions like, ilan ba silang tao doon sa team? Kanino ba siya nagre-report?
Yeah.
Ano yung mga polisiya nyo? Naka-define ba yung processes ninyo? Kasi for us, if i-train namin yung taong yan, tapos babalik mo sa dating proseso, dating sistema,
That makes sense.
tapos mag-expect ka magbabago, hindi siya magbabago.
That
Kasi
makes sense.
environment plays a big factor in
Yeah.
one's development, diba? And then, marirealize sila, oo nga, ayusin ko muna. Ang office niya pala, ang layo sa mga tao niya, hindi na nakikita yung mga tao niya araw-araw. So, physically, sa space pa lang may problema.
Yeah.
Tapos, paano sila nagko-communicate? Documented ba yung processes nila? So, after they revisit that, so 70% na yan, more than half of them bumalik sa amin after 1 or 2 years. Ready na sila for training.
Kasi lahat ng sagot dun sa tinanong mo is no.
Yes. Or actually, iba, hindi sila nakakasagot.
Wala pa kaming SOP, wala kaming ganito, di namin ginawa to, di namin ganito to.
And sometimes, the problem is not the person, but the leader nung person na pinaproblema nila.
So what do you do next? I mean, kung ganun yung setup.
Then we work kung open sila, we will work with the leader first.
Okay.
Oo.
Start with the root. Oh.
Yeah. Kung open yung leader, mas madali.
Paano kung hindi? Yun yung mga mahirap na tanong eh. Pero we face that as consultants
Yes.
eh. We face that as consultants. Ito yung problema. Tapos, hindi ako pwede mag-name drop eh. Pero I faced this with one client eh. Ang nangyari, yun nga, yung leader nga yung problema. Pero ayaw niya magpa-train. So, anong gagawin? Tatanggalin ba yun? Hindi na nila pwede tanggalin eh.
Especially kung relative ng owner yung leader. Diba?
Grabe. Pinapahirapan mo pa talaga. Eko, grabe yan. Grabe. Ang hirap, no?
Alam mo, nalala ko the other night we were talking, no? Nabanggit ko sa'yo, marami kaming clients na couples, no?
Yeah.
And kadalasan, ang unang hinahire nila, mga relatives din nila.
Aha.
And yan yung pinakamahirap na i-convince sila. How to take a stand against dun sa relatives mo na hindi mo naman ka-align. Na iba yung sinasabi mo, iba sinasabi sa mga empleyado. No? So, eventually, marami naman kami na-convince na this is the way to go. You have to let go of that person or you have to reassign that person to another role para pareho kayong lumago. Di ba?
Kasi gusto nila mag-grow eh. Tapos, acknowledge mo na rin na yun talaga yung problem. Di ba? You have to,
Nalala ko, there's one client in BGC, no? Yun sabi namin, hindi kailangan ng training. Tanggalin mo yung tao, palitan mo. Kasi you're starting up, tapos nilalagay ka ng problematic people na hindi naman alam yung sistema. Diba? Hindi alam sistema, hindi alam paano sumunod sa sistema na ini-implement mo. Tapos, nauubos yung oras mo pag-align pa lang sa kanya. You don't have the systems yet to shape the people. Diba? Kasi nag-start ka pa lang eh. Tapos, ayaw niya eh, kasi kawawa. Alam mo yun, tinutulungan ko kasi ito eh. Kasi ito yung
emotions.
Anak to nung labandera namin, na nangako ako, tutulungan ko. Pero, putting them in your business may not be the right help or baka hindi pa ngayon. Diba? And then, we met after 2 years, sabi niya, alam mo, tinanggal ko na yung taong sinasabi ko sa'yo dati. Maayos na lahat. Yun lang pala talagang kailangan. No? Like, mahirap lang, masakit lang pag inisip mo kasi magtatanggal ka ng tao. Pero kung hindi lumago yung negosyo mo, hindi ba mas maraming apektado?
Makes sense, no? With these scenarios, are you coming in as a consultant or minsan gray area kasi parang are you an outside person still on the outside just helping in or are you the outside person na ina-allow nila to be injected inside their ecosystem eh? I mean, how does that work ba? Pero are you getting my question ba?
Yes.
Oh.
Usually yun nga. I maintain that na third party kami.
Okay.
Me and my team are third parties. So, we don't allow our team to stay in the client's location for more than once a week. Okay, bakit? Kasi pagka masyado naging comfortable, mawawala yung pagiging third party mo eh. Iba yung meron ka external eyes na tumitingin compared yung nandoon ka na. Masyado ka nang na-adapt dun sa sistema. Diba?
Clear. Hindi, kasi gusto ko siyang tanungin dahil may mga cases na some consultants would be parang hired in for a certain amount of time to fix things. Kumbaga parang hire kita, ikaw magsasante na to. May mga ganong setup kasi ng ibang consultants na
part of our HR
nagawa
consultancy or HR outsourcing, we do that. Pero we maintain na external pa rin kami.
Okay. Clearly communicated.
Yes.
Okay, clearly communicated. Okay, that makes sense. Sige, I think na-establish na naman natin yung ginagawa nyo. I want to understand more about what's it like here in the Philippines for not just org dev, sabihin natin training and personal development or in general. How do you see it right now?
Malaki yung need eh. Malaki yung need talaga for training. And ang dami ng providers. Pero it's not enough. Sa totoo lang, I was part of this business community, no, na siguro mga for some time, 7 kaming trainer na nandun. Iba-iba kami negosyo. Pero we're not competing. Marami kaming common programs, but we're not competing with each other. Bakit? Kasi ang laki ng merkado eh.
Yeah.
In fact, nagtutulungan pa nga kami kasi hindi ko naman kaya sagutin lahat ng tanong ng kliyente ko. At hindi ako expert sa lahat ng problema nila. So, I get to ask help from other expert as well. So, ganun din sila. Kaya kapag dating sa OD part, okay, tatawagin nila ako. So, we get to collaborate. And that, nakita ko, ang laki ng need. And maraming takot sa training pa din. Especially yung mga growing companies. Takot sila kasi for them, training is expense. Pero I cannot blame them kasi maaaring gano'n yung naranasan nila before. Diba?
Iba-iba kasi tayo ng rates eh. Iba-iba tayo ng rates. May mga magre-rate ng ganito, may mga magre-rate ng boom. So parang ramdam nila minsan parang expense siya. Okay. Gets. So,
saka meron naman sobrang low baller, diba?
Oo, meron. Madami actually.
Actually, madami. Tapos doon kayo compare. So, ang sa amin, we don't compete. So, hindi kami yung pinaka-expensive sa market to make sure we're affordable. Okay. Pero hindi kami bababa ng sobrang baba na to the extent na hindi na mabibigyan ng value yung program, di ba? So, most of our clients naman who tried that, sabi nila, wala naman nangyari. Kasi it's just a matter of attending eh. So, ang sa akin, what I recommend to them. Instead na padala mo sa isang face-to-face live training, tapos canned lang naman lahat yan, enroll mo na lang ng mga online course na self-paced. Pareho din yun eh.
Okay.
At least yung self-paced, nababalikan niya anytime.
Okay.
Yung live na training, hindi mo naman babalikan pag nasabi na sa'yo eh.
Ito medyo weird question. As a trainer.
Yeah.
And kung ang tinitrain natin is mga people who are working for their companies at yung company mismo nila ang nagbayad for the training, lalo kung public workshop.
Yeah.
Ayoko naman lahatin pero napapansin mo ba yun na talagang karamihan sa kanila hindi lang din makikinig?
True.
Parang kasi I had to interview some, parang so, bakit ka ba nandito? Kung hindi ako yung trainer. Kasi marami speaker dun sa event. So, parang, in-interview ko yung iba. So, parang, hindi siya nakikinig eh. Nagtuturo yung trainer. So, tinanong ko yung ibang mga tao. So, but may natutunan ka ba? Okay, parang okay yung speaker hindi, okay lang. Cellphone lang siya. Hindi, pinapunta lang kasi ako ni boss dito.
Actually, yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Actually, meron pa nga iba. Buti nga yung pinapunta lang ni boss. Yung iba, tanong mo, ano naalala mo sa training? Masarap yung pagkain. Ganun, do?
Okay.
Actually, yun yung ina-address namin ever since we started. In fact, 2017, we launched the first, if not the first, one of the first micro-learning here in the Philippines. This is face-to-face micro-learning. 2 to 3 hours lang per session. Tapos we go to your office 2, 3, 4 times depending on the profile of the attendees. Ang objective namin is bibigyan ka namin snippets lang, parang module per module. Modularize. Isang topic, I'll give you an assignment, apply mo sa workplace. Next week, mag-report ka, sabihin mo sa akin, anong nagawa mo, hindi. Tapos, konti yung nakaka-appreciate. As in, yung iba mas gusto nila yung canned. We were telling them na, alam nyo, for compliance nyo lang kaya nyo ginagawa eh. We don't waste our time for that. No? Sa amin, gusto namin change. Gusto namin improvement. Eventually, in the midst of the pandemic, nauso na yung micro-learning online. So, mas marami na naka-appreciate ng ginagawa namin na 2 to 3 hours lang. Tapos babalik kami next week or online tayo next week. Tapos face-to-face the following week. Ganun. So, hybrid na siya ginagawa namin. Pero my point is, hindi natin bibigay ng crash course. Kasi sa totoo lang, isang buong araw, ano maaalala mo sa buong araw na puro information, di ba?
Guilty ako dyan, man. Sobrang guilty ako dyan. Kaya nga minsan nire-request ko talaga na, is there a way that we package something na I'm given enough time to check and get feedback from the attendees themselves. Kasi paano ko mag-gauge na may change na nangyari? Wala. Pero most of the clients na Well, sa akin lang yung kumukuha sa akin, ano lang, gusto lang nila yung, Ken, deliver this. After ko mag-deliver, tapos na, wala na. Hindi ko na alam kung ano nangyari dun sa
Yun
mga
yung challenge
tao.
with organizations in the Philippines.
Hmm.
Gusto nila namin magpa-training. So gusto nila kadalasan feel good.
Okay.
Feel good yung
Yeah,
employees,
yeah.
na-train kami. Break from the usual di ba? Monotony of work, di ba?
Yeah. Sige, ito naman siguro question ko to. Matagal ko ng question to. What are your thoughts about team building?
Ayan, maganda yan. Maganda yan.
I think, medyo controversial tong topic, pero, I mean, I see that you've worked with a lot of companies already, and I want to understand your thoughts and experience dito.
Yan.
Sige.
When I was still an HR practitioner, na employed pa ako, I'm really amazed hearing people saying, nag-team building kami. Pero bakit lasing ka umuwi kung team building?
Okay.
Pangalawa, I was part of the group of companies dito sa Makati. So, iba-ibang companies within the group nag-share. Ito nangyari pag team building namin, ganyan. Tapos there is this
May
one.
nabuntis, no?
Itong BPO, sabi niya, buti nga kayo, naglalasing lang. Sa amin, dito sa BPO, pagka nag-team building kami ngayon, expect mo after 9 months, merong magli-leave. Sabi ko, family building pala, hindi pala team building.
Family building yun nangyari.
Ayan, so, ang dami ng misconception about team building. Iba iba gusto games lang.
Okay.
And I think the main challenge right now for us is yung mga venues na nag-o-offer ng team building package.
I see that a lot right now kasi I think we're both part of different Facebook groups for workshops and trainings and retreats, di ba? So parang nakikita natin yung mga event place na mismo nagpo-post na package na sila, may facilitator. Yeah.
No. And the reason, yun yung challenge na nakikita ko ngayon. Kasi nagkakaroon ng misconception between team building and game facilitating. No? So, and ako mismo, recent lang, this February, March pala, this March, no? This March, one of our clients, no? Dati kami nagkakandak ng team building. Tapos sabi niya, gusto mo mag-join ka, kumuha ko ng resort dito sa Olongapo.
Hindi nila alam. Hindi alam ng mga facilitator that you...
Hindi.
Okay.
Ay, kuha ko ng resort, tapos meron na team building package. So, in-avail ko na rin. So, para pahinga naman kayo. So, sige, game.
Okay.
Kasi una sa lahat, it's not everyday na ako yung participant. Diba?
Yan, sarap na yan. Okay, sige.
And so, ayan, na-enjoy ko siya. Sa totoo lang, yung mga games nila, na-enjoy ko. Iba, sobrang nakakapagod. Tapos, while having lunch, tinawag kami ng owner. Sabi niya, Sir Eko, halika sandali lang. Hinihingan kasi ko ng testimonial video nila. Wala akong masabi. Sabi ko, bakit? Masaya naman na. Yun na ba yun? Sabi niya, gumawa ko ng package, ganito yung amount. Tapos nag-start tayo, past 9, 11 pa lang, tapos na tayo.
9 a.m.?
9 a.m.
Tapos 11 a.m., tapos na?
Tapos na sila. Okay. Parang naglaro lang tayo, tapos wala na eh. Sabi nila may processing na pala tawag doon. Sabi niya, nagsalita lang sila ng mga 5-10 minutes after, tapos okay na. Yun na
2 hours?
Tapos sabi ko, I was explaining to them, kasi una, hindi nila alam ano yung company mo. Hindi nila alam kung ano yung pain points mo.
Okay.
And then, pangalawa, sa totoo lang, they call it team building. But they are not team builders. They are game masters. So, nagpapalaro sila. Hindi naman sila equipped, hindi sila trained para mag-process, para ma-identify yung mga behaviors during the activities. No? So, being a game master and a team builder are two separate things. Kaya sa company namin, what we did is, with Training PH, we never called it team building. Okay, we have our own brand. We called it #BetterTeams. No?
Better Teams. Ang ganda.
And then, sa description, we say that it's a team development program. Okay, para lang ma-separate siya from the pangit na connotation ng team building.
Okay. So what happens when with your process, I mean, not divulging, of course,
Yeah.
yung mga deeper stuff. I mean, yung pwede lang i-consume ng public. So what happens when they avail a training with you?
First, we set a pre-training meeting.
Okay. Importante,
So,
no?
kailangan maintindihan mo eh.
Okay.
Ano ba yung concerns?
Mm.
Ano ba yung mga gaps na gusto mo ma-address?
Mm.
Ano ba yung concern ng each individual?
Mm.
So, we send a pre-work na kung saan survey siya, sasagutin nila. Then from there, we determine what activities are we going to do. And we use the framework that I introduced through my book. It's a 3G framework. No? Ano yung 3G na yan? For you to build a better team, kailangan may goals.
Mhm.
Kailangan may group dynamics.
Goals, group dynamics.
And pinaka-importante, the third one, kailangan maramdaman nilang gift sila sa isa't isa.
I think yun yung missing formula ng karamihan, no?
Yeah.
That to shift that belief set na hindi lang sila magkatrabaho.
Yeah. Na bawat isa parang blessing to one another, di ba? Hindi man tayo pareho ng pananaw, pwede tayo magbatuhan ng question. Pwede mong questionin yung ginagawa ko. Pero at the end of the day, I have to be thankful kasi kung walang magki-question, hindi ko may tatama yung ginagawa ko, di ba?
That makes sense.
Most team building right now focuses on the second G lang, group dynamics. Nawawala yung goal. Hindi na-align sa goal.
Okay.
Hindi na nawawala yung last part, which is being a gift to one another.
Being a gift to themselves, to each other, each other. Siguro sa tagal mo nang ginagawa to, I mean, you've already identified probably and worked on a lot of problems. It may look similar to different companies, but we could both agree that it's always different at a certain level.
Yes.
What's the hardest problem? Ano yung pinakamahirap na problema na naaalala mo ngayon na na-solve mo? Oo. Yan,
Owner
yan.
problem.
Owner problem. Hindi mo lang pwede palitan yung owner.
Or
diba?
the executives. No?
Okay, sige.
And so, the challenge there is, paano mo papalitan yung paniniwala ng leader mismo?
Okay, yeah.
Maybe the president.
Kasi they're the ones paying you also eh.
Oo. Pero
kailangan mo ba mag-ingat? I mean,
actually, yun yung disclaimer when I tell them na you won't hear this from your employees.
Okay.
Because they might get fired pag sinabi nila to. Sa akin, nagbayad ka na, sasabihin ko to sa'yo. Kasi kung hindi ko to sasabihin sa'yo, useless yung binayad mo sa akin.
Set the frame first,
Yeah.
diba? Yun. Yeah.
And it turned out, na-appreciate niya. Siguro 90% of them appreciates the feedback. Na hindi nila alam na ganun yung dating ng kanilang actions towards the employees. No? And hindi nila nare-realize na they're working on distorted or incomplete information. Kasi kadalasan, sumbong di ba? Nagsumbong si ganitong employee, nagsumbong yung secretary ako, nagsumbong si ganitong manager, pero you're not getting the whole picture. And most of the time, it's not the employees that have a problem. It's more on the system. The system allows them to act like that. Kaya nagiging problema yung empleyado. But if we put good systems in place, mape-prevent yung mga ganong behaviors.
Is it, I mean, coming with your experience, there are systems kasi that are baseline systems na nabuildan na ng ibang system, na nabuildan na ng ibang system, na nabuildan na ng ibang system, na nabuildan ng ibang system. Pero, na-figure out mo na ang core system yung problema. Kaso, pag pinalitan mo or in-improve mo tong core system na to, magka-crumble lahat ng systems na iba. I mean, what do you do with that?
Actually, may ganyang situation na, no?
Ganun di ba? Lalo pag root talaga ng organization.
Kaya kami. We have a client na more than 50 years na in the industry. At yun yung naging problema. So, right now, we've been working for them for years. Kasi, hindi mo may correct yun sa isang iglap lang di ba?
Yeah, yeah.
So, we're doing different approaches, no? Yung isa, which is, I think, common approach with most organization is, I'll build another team.
Okay.
Iwan ko
Kasi
muna to.
fresh start. Okay.
Hayaan ko lang sila, gawin nila kung anong gagawin nila.
Mhm.
Ditong sa bagong team, aayusin namin.
Mhm.
Tapos pag maayos na, ita-transition namin from this team to the other team.
Okay.
Ngayon, syempre, if those people who do not want to be part of the new team, meron tayong programa for them. Ayan.
At least
yun yung common
may
approach.
solution.
Oo.
Kumbaga, ayaw nyo nito, may options ka for this
Kasi
one.
pag gininig mo to, tapos sabihin nila, ayaw namin.
Oo.
Tapos hindi sila magtatrabaho na maayos.
Resistance to change I
Ano
mean,
yan?
yun yung normal kasi na route I'm getting paid to do this. Ito na yung nakasanayan namin.
Tapos itong grupong to, ito yung revenue generator mo. Di ba? Tapos sila yung magtatampo, sila pagka ginalaw mo, apektado. Hindi ka makakilos. So if you have extra budget naman, then set up this new team, this transition.
May mga nangyari na ba na inaway ka nung mga, syempre may structures naman tayo when we give feedback, lalo na hindi lang sa leadership, minsan kahit dun sa ground level, ano pa rin, where we have to be professional with how we deliver our message and specifically feedback, kahit gaano pa yan kasakit, di ba? Meron na bang time na nag-away, as in nagalit sa'yo yung tao?
Employees, yes, madami.
Yes, employees, yeah.
Madami, pero we just have to stand our ground, no? Naalala ko the employees, retiring na.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Pinakayo ako sa ginawa nyo kasi in-stop nyo na yung cash advance namin sa company. Sabi ko, hindi naman responsibilidad ng employer mong pautangin ka eh. Ang responsibilidad niya, bigyan ka ng trabaho, bayaran ka ng tama, lahat ng benepisyo mabayaran niya. Tapos yun.
Nararamdaman ko, ako yung empleyado niyan. May galit eh.
Doon na nga lang kami umaasa, hindi. Sabi ko, sobra-sobra natatanggap niyo. Ayusin niyo yung finances. Ang tawag dyan, financial discipline. Ngayon, kung kailangan niyo mag-loan, meron tayong SSS. Meron kayong pag-ibig. Kasama yung sa benepisyo niyo. Puntahan niyo yung HR, kausap, patulong kayo doon. Kasi may interest yun eh. Kay boss, wala
Okay.
Sabi ko, yun nga yung mali eh.
Okay.
Diba? Ginagamit yung pera ng boss para sa sarili niyong kagustuhan. Bakit? Yung problema mo ba sa anak mo? Naisip ba yan ng boss mo bago dumating yan? And better yet, hindi naman niya anak yan eh. Di ba? The boss cares for you so much, kaya kanya pinapahiram noon. Pero ngayon malaki na yung kumpanya, hindi na pwedeng ikaw lang. Pag ginawa niya sa'yo, gagawin niya dapat
Kailangan
sa iba.
gagawin sa lahat.
So you have to understand yung mga pwede noon, hindi na pwede ngayon. Pero what we did is to partner with, yung Pag-ibig, with SSS, and with other loan provider.
Ginawan mo pa rin talaga ng solution yung ano niya, okay.
Na
Galing, no?
make sure na yung mga third-party loan providers, we accredit them. Kasi iba talaga loan shark di ba? So, gusto naman natin sila ilayo doon. So, we just want them to become responsible with their finances.
I think, kasi, ang dami natin, pwede pa tayo lumalim dito kasi more on problem solving.
Yeah.
There are some problems na hindi na talaga natin ma-address sa dami ng problems na meron sa isang kumpanya. Pero siguro, ang gusto ko maintindihan, what you could share here is, alam ko na-explain mo na to kanina, pero I just want you to share more clarity with it. What differentiates what you do sa ibang companies? I just want to add clear contrast.
Ayan. Siguro sa amin, what differentiates what we do with other companies is, aside from me being HR practitioner, being an OD practitioner, ako ang background ko kasi math. I'm a math major. No?
Wow.
So,
Salute.
And prior to training PH, I have other businesses. So, whenever I talk to business owners, naiintindihan ko yung pinagdadaanan nila bilang
business owner
negosyante,
yourself.
di ba?
Yes.
Tapos, aside from that, my experience in OD and HR, I bring it along. With other HR practitioners kasi, they bring the expertise.
Okay.
Pero yung business mindset,
Yung backbone nun,
minsan kulang
experience. Okay.
Kasi iba yung talagang naranasan mo,
Mhm.
naranasan mong nalugi yung negosyo mo, naranasan mong nakabawi yung negosyo mo, naranasan mong wala kang pambabayad sa tao mo na kailangan mo manghiram. Iba yung ganong experience doon sa naikwento sa'yo o napag-aralan mo sa libro eh.
The concept. Diba? Nangyari talaga eh. This is what happened. This is how I overcame it. And what your experience brings to the table also is how you also worked with different companies and how you solved it adds to the level na kaya mong itulong dun sa mga clients mo. Ganda, no? Ganda, no?
Naalala ko, meron kami kino-coach na isang startup business. No? Ang tanong niya, ang malaking problem niya, yung partner nila. Yung ka-partner nila na minsan nandiyan, pero madalas wala, pero palaging kontra dun sa ideas. No? So, gusto nilang tanggalin. So, away-away na sila, di ba? Kalimutan na. So, I told them, alam mo, I have a similar case, no? Hindi naman kami talagang nag-away, pero hindi ko gusto yung kung saan sila patungo, hindi align sa gusto kong patunguhan. No?
Okay.
So, eventually, I just offered to sell my shares, tapos they bought it, and we end the partnership in a good note, no? And right now, they are drawing clients to us. We are drawing clients to them. So, we're able to work well. Maliit yung
Relationship, no?
maliit ang mundo eh, di ba?
Yeah. Ganda. Sige, pero pa-wrap up na rin tayo, Echo.
Okay.
I want to, there are lots of like business owners that are having their own concerns with their organization, with the systems that they've created. Diba? I mean, ano yung mga first steps nila na dapat nilang gawin para sa company nila to assess? Do they need to get training immediately? Do they need to get a consultant? Do they need to remove people kaagad? I mean, do you have like tips or suggestions for them?
Yeah. So kanina I shared the 3 Gs no, sa team building. But in this case, kung nagkaka-problem with the business, 3 P naman, tignan natin.
Okay.
Okay, una is the plan. Anong plano mo? Saan ka papunta? Anong gusto mong ma-achieve?
Check, guys, plan Okay.
So, dapat klaro yun. Okay? And kung hindi yan klaro sa'yo as business owner, mas doble, triple yan sa mga tao.
Okay.
Okay? Pangalawa, proseso. Paano natin ma-achieve yung planong yan? No? Anong mga proseso ang dapat ilagay? Anong polisiya? Anong practices? Anong plantilla ang kailangan ilagay natin? And last is people.
Okay.
Okay? Bago ka mag-hire ng tao or bago ka mag-assign ng tao, make sure aligned sila dun sa prosesong nagawa mo para ma-achieve yung plano. No? Kadalasan kasi nauuna yung tao bago yung proseso. Okay? Pero in cases like ganun na nga, nauna yung tao at bago yung proseso, you can always step backward, look at your process, and then tignan mo saan best fit yung mga taong nasa iyo. Para at least maka-contribute sila dun sa vision mo, dun sa plano mo. Kasi oftentimes, people will just do what they are told. Okay? And pag hindi sinabi ni boss, hindi ko gagawin. Bakit? Hindi klaro sa kanila saan papunta eh.
Okay.
Pero kung klaro sa kanila kahit kung saan tayo papunta, kahit hindi mo sabihin, doon sila papunta.
They would make
kung magkamali man sila, at least papunta sa parehong direksyon. Hindi pasalungat, di ba?
So, plan, process, people. Ganda. Siguro, since para-wrap up na rin tayo, I want to share yung what I've learned with this conversation. Sa akin, ang nakita ko with this conversation is ang laki ng factor ng training and upskilling sa isang company. Pero hindi lang yun eh. I think one of the key things that I've heard and learned with this conversation is identifying kung saan ka dapat tumutok.
Yes.
And kung hindi kayo magkakaroon ng initial conversation with the client to understand that, general lang yung bato nangyayari. But again, there's a sobrang lalim na importance na magkaroon muna ng initial call and then high-level questioning, targeted questioning, so that ma-figure out talaga kung ano nga ba yung mga problems. And then it's now a system thing na pag alam mo na yung dapat tutukan, ma-highlight din yung mga approach kung paano siya gagawin. Kasi I think dun sa earlier na conversation natin, yun nga, yung attendant mo na team building.
Yeah.
Diba? I mean, pagdating nyo doon, since yung nag-facilitate, wala naman idea doon sa, ang goal lang nila, mag-deliver yung ginagawa nila.
Yes.
So, ngayon, for ikaw na nakaka-experience, you came in with the expectation kasi na ito yung mangyayari, ito yung masosolve, pero pagdating nyo doon, hindi yun yung nangyayari. So, disappointment lahat. Diba? Other things that I've learned dito sa conversation na to is, may mga bagay na hindi maintindihan ng masa. So, yung in-explain mo kanina, may mga nakakaintindi ng org dev.
Yeah.
Ako, gets ko yung importance nun Pero, I see the importance, the magic of how you did it, ginawa mo siyang training PH. And now, you're reaching a wider audience and mas na-educate mo sila kung ano talaga yung ginagawa mo.
Ito yan. Yun yung first decision namin sa business. Anong pangalan natin?
Okay.
Tapos we're going around the name OD. Pero sino nga ba nakakaalam ng OD? The big companies, they know that.
Yeah.
Pero alam ba yan ng masang Pilipino? Alam ba yan ng mga medium enterprise, small enterprise, and even the micro? 99% hindi. So why do we call ourselves OD? Let's call them training. Kasi pag nagka-problema, ang unang sasabihin nila, patrain mo yung tao.
Okay. The one thing that very, very amazing for me is the name, Training PH. And kasi sobrang daling tandaan.
Yeah.
Sobrang daling niyang tandaan. How do we reach out? For example, I'm a company owner who's having some concerns. I want to develop my company. I want to scale my company. How do we reach out to you?
First, on our socials, you can message us sa page sa Facebook. It's @TrainingPH.
Okay.
Sa Instagram, it's @TrainingPH.
Dali, no?
Sa TikTok, it's @TrainingPH. And so, kahit saang platform, you can message us. Or you can email us at info@trainingph.com.
info@trainingph.com.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question ko. I heard kanina that you've published a book.
Yes.
Okay, hindi. And passing lang parang nasabi mo lang siya ng konti pero sabi ko, uy, teka lang, could you tell us more?
The book is entitled Building #Better Teams, How to Align Your Organization's Vision, Mission, Values, and Improve Productivity. Unfortunately, hindi na available yung physical copies ngayon.
E-book na siya.
Pero it's available through Amazon. So,
Amazon, nice.
Kung nakasubscribe kayo kay Amazon, kasama siya dun sa mga free books na pwede niyong mabasa. So, ayun, sa Amazon Free Reads, so kasama siya doon. But if you want your own copy, you can buy it sa Amazon for, hindi ko na maalala yung price, I think that's $4.99 sa Amazon. So, you can get it there. Or if you want the physical book, you can pre-order the physical book. Pwede din naman. You just message info@trainingph.com.
Pwede na din sa Training PH.
Pwede na rin doon.
Pwede na doon.
We used to have the physical book, no? Pero hindi ko na naasikaso yung reprinting. I think naka-4-5 reprints kami tapos stop na.
Wow, ang galing. Ako, aspiring ako kasi hindi ko pa rin tinatapos yung libro ko hanggang ngayon. Kaya pag may narinig ako na parang, I have a book. Oy, wow.
I'm focusing on my second now. And hopefully, by July, ma-release ko na yung second.
Wow. Anong title nito?
Wala
Pwede
pa.
na ba ilabas? Hindi pa. Working on it.
Every time I go to it, parang nagbabago pa yung title.
Let me know. Let me know.
Well, basically, it's about applying yung mga leadership lessons
Leadership.
from King David. You know King David from the Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the shepherd hanggang sa maging hari siya, hanggang sa bumaba siya. Ano yung leadership lessons nun in the modern organizations? Yeah.
Okay. Sige, do you have a message for, bago tayo mag-end? Meron ka bang message?
Yeah. Siguro, ang reminder ko nila sa business owners, managers, and those leaders in the organization is remember that your organization is unique. Okay? So, you also need unique interventions. Hindi pwedeng copy-paste. What works for the other company might not work for you. So, you have to go back and check your 3Ps, your plan, process, and people. But if you need help, you can always contact us on our page.
Okay. So guys, dito ba ako titingin? So guys, again, ang solid. Thank you, Echo. It has been, ang dami kong natutunan kasi sa akin, nakikita ko yung mga problems and kinakausap ko ng mga business owners I don't deliver yung mga trainings, team buildings. I don't deliver that. Kaya nung kinikwento mo sa akin yung experience mo, sobrang parang, okay. Ganun pa rin yung mga problems na yan. And can I connect some clients sa'yo?
Sure.
Para at least when they need team building, I message ko sa'yo kasi I don't do that.
Yeah.
I
I think I can connect clients, lalo na yung mga ayaw magpa-train, di ba, na leaders.
Papaiyakin ko lang.
Kailangan nila tulong mo.
Solid. Pero thank you. So yun guys, so this has been a very, very good episode na naman ng Inside the Mind of. Syempre, Echo, again, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.